Hello, my name is Carla Patton. I am the owner and creator of The Harvest Doctor, where I build and install raised garden beds. A lot of them are ADA compliant for gardeners who have trouble bending and standing. I also have a special gift. I love educating gardeners, especially gardeners who believe that they don't have a green thumb, which is a myth. But I transform people who are hesitant and they are against gardening into plant divas, plant ladies, plant kings and queens. So, in this lesson, I want to share something really important. So, one of the things that you will learn, and as you do your research on building your gardening business, is this idea of lumber, how to get it, when to get it, should it be pre-cut? And that is pretty much the topic of this video. I think there's pros and cons to the lumber, purchasing the lumber, and then having Home Depot, Lowe's, or your local lumber supplier to pre-cut it, pre-cut your lumber. Okay, so let's go with the pros. The pros is that if you don't have a saw, you can already have the measurements out. They can cut it for you. You don't have to worry about, spending, the upfront money on purchasing a saw. I bought a hand saw. I started with a handsaw and a drill package, and the package was $70. I got it for like a Black Friday sale or something like that. But if you don't want to deal with a saw, just get just have the sales associate to cut the lumber. And there's not a lot of strenuous labor. You don't have to haul it, as a bulk. You don't have to worry about carrying an 8-foot piece of lumber, sticking out the back of your car, things like that, right? And then it cuts down on time, cuts down a lot of time on labor, all of that. So the cons are, from my experience, getting pre-cut lumber is a really good thing. But however, I have had really bad experiences. The sales associates oftentimes would, the measurements I would give them, they wouldn't really quite cut on. They didn't know how to cut. And there's a specific way to cut. And in this course, I'm going to teach you how to cut. You don't cut on the line. X does not mark the spot. X does not mark the spot. I don't know if the sales associates knew that, but you'll end up getting the wrong measurements, and then your raised beds are not leveled right. So it's always good to have a saw, a hand saw, a table saw, on hand, just in case the sales associates don't get the measurements right. If it's too short, then you're going to have to repurpose it and put the lumber on another place on the raised bed. If it's too long, then, and you get to the site of the install, and if you don't have the saw there to cut it, then that means you got to leave and all that stuff. I always hated doing that. I disagree with that. I think once you get to the site, you stay there until it's done. Only in rare occasions. That's happened to me a few times, but that's when I was just starting. But now I'm just to the point where I'm not leaving until this thing is up. And I think that's just good customer service, and I always hated, like, when you hire people, people get tired and they gotta go to the store, and it's just like, you know what, I just want my stuff done, right? So you don't ever want to, like, just be leaving the site, coming back, leaving, coming back, leaving. You don't want to do that. You want the correct measurements. What I tend to do is I will build the beds, if I can, the night before or a few days before, and then transport it there, just to make sure if there's any kind of like measurement issues, that you can correct. So there's pros and cons to purchasing pre-cut lumber. I would do pre-cut lumber, but only at your own risk. If I were you, I would invest in a saw. All right, that's it. And I will see you in the next lesson. Bye bye.